Some of the most intelligent people you will ever meet are also some of the loneliest. They can be surrounded by people, conversations, noise, and social activity, yet still feel deeply alone. This loneliness is not always visible. It doesn't come from shyness or social fear. It comes from something much deeper, the way their mind works. Intelligence changes how a person experiences the world. It changes how they think, how they communicate, how they connect, and even how they feel emotions. And while intelligence can open doors to knowledge, creativity, and problem solving, it can also quietly close doors to connection. Highly intelligent people often think deeply, far beyond what is immediately visible. While others enjoy casual conversations, intelligent minds naturally drift toward meaning, patterns, ideas, and possibilities. They don't just hear words, they analyze intentions. They don't just experience moments, they question them. This depth of thinking creates a gap between them and the people around them. Most social interactions are built on surface-level exchange, small talk, repetition, shared routines, jokes everyone already knows. For many people, this is comfortable, but for highly intelligent individuals, these interactions can feel empty, not because they feel superior, but because their mind craves stimulation, insight, and authenticity. When conversations lack depth, connection feels incomplete. Over time, this creates a painful realization. You can talk to many people and still feel unheard. You can laugh in a group and still feel invisible. Loneliness does not mean being alone. Another reason intelligent people feel lonely is because they often struggle to find people who think at a similar level. This does not mean others are unintelligent. It simply means their mental pace, curiosity, or way of processing reality is different. When your thoughts move faster or deeper than the conversation around you, you begin to feel out of sync. This mismatch creates isolation. You learn to simplify your thoughts so others can follow. You hold back questions because they might sound strange. You stop sharing ideas because people respond with confusion or indifference. Slowly, you begin to censor your own mind just to fit in. And when you cannot be yourself, connection fades. Highly intelligent people are also more aware of emotional complexity. They don't just feel emotions, they examine them. They analyze why they feel a certain way, where the feeling came from, and what it means. This self-awareness can be powerful, but it can also be isolating. When you understand emotions deeply, shallow emotional responses can feel unsatisfying. When you recognize emotional patterns in others, you may see things people don't want to admit. This awareness can create distance. You begin to notice inconsistencies between what people say and what they feel. And once you see this, it becomes difficult to ignore. Another hidden cause of loneliness is existential thinking. Highly intelligent minds often think about life, purpose, time, death, and meaning. These thoughts don't wait for a crisis. They appear during quiet moments, at night, or even in ordinary conversations. While others are focused on the present moment, intelligent minds drift into the bigger picture. But existential thoughts are not easy to share. Not everyone wants to discuss purpose or mortality during a casual conversation. When these thoughts are repeatedly dismissed or avoided, intelligent individuals learn to keep them to themselves. And keeping your deepest thoughts locked inside is one of the strongest forms of loneliness. There is also the issue of emotional independence. Intelligent people often learn early to rely on themselves. They solve problems alone. They regulate emotions internally. They don't always seek validation or reassurance. While this independence looks like strength, it can slowly reduce emotional closeness with others. People bond through shared vulnerability, but when you rarely show emotional need, others may assume you don't need connection. Over time, this creates distance, not because you don't want people, but because you've trained yourself not to ask for them. Highly intelligent individuals also tend to be selective with relationships. They don't enjoy large social circles just for the sake of it. They prefer a few meaningful connections over many shallow ones. But finding those few people is not easy,
And during the search, loneliness grows. Rejection plays a role too. When intelligent people share unconventional ideas or question common beliefs, they're labeled as strange, difficult, or detached. Over time, this teaches them to stay quiet, and silence, when forced, becomes isolation. Another overlooked factor is humor. Intelligent humor is often subtle, layered, or abstract. When jokes are misunderstood or ignored, it creates small moments of disconnection. These moments add up. You begin to feel like you're speaking a different language, even when using the same words. Highly intelligent individuals also tend to overthink social interactions. After conversations, they replay moments in their mind. They analyze tone, reactions, and meaning. While others move on, intelligent minds stay stuck in reflection. This can create anxiety, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion. This overthinking doesn't mean insecurity, it means awareness. But too much awareness without emotional release can deepen loneliness. Another painful truth is that intelligent people often feel lonely even in relationships. When emotional or intellectual needs are unmet, physical presence is not enough. Being with someone who doesn't truly understand you can feel more lonely than being alone. This is why some intelligent people choose solitude, not because they hate people, but because solitude feels honest. In solitude, they don't have to explain themselves. They don't have to simplify thoughts or hide emotions. Their mind can exist freely. But prolonged solitude has a cost. Humans are wired for connection. Even the most independent minds need understanding, not just company. Loneliness in intelligent people is often invisible because they appear functional. They work, create, achieve, and contribute. But inside, there's a quiet sense of separation, a feeling that no one truly sees the world the way they do. It's important to understand that this loneliness is not a flaw. It is a side effect of depth of thought, depth of emotion, depth of awareness. And the solution is not to think less, but to connect better. Highly intelligent people thrive when they find environments that value curiosity, depth, and authenticity. When they meet people who don't fear complex conversations, when they are allowed to be fully themselves without explanation. Loneliness begins to fade when understanding appears. Because at its core, loneliness is not about how many people are around you. It's about how many people truly understand you. And for highly intelligent minds, understanding is everything.